It's time for the fourth and final fight of the night as we see a rematch 2 years in the making between the 14 seed Migronic and the 19 seed Firewave. In the first ever aired fight in Bashbots back in Season 1, Firewave and Migronic squared off in the Bashbox, both with high hopes. It didn't take long for Firewave to rip the flipper apart, becoming one of the most iconic images in the sport to date. Migronic will be hoping for a reversal of fortune in this fight with their new Spinner Killer armor. Let's send it down to the damn Beaver to break down the final fight of the round of 32.
So, here's a hypothetical for you all. Who loves a rematch? Because I sure as heck do. Way back in the midst of time in Season 1, these two robots clashed, with Firewave taking a very clear and a very destructive victory. Migronic has improved so much, however, mostly in defense, and it even matches Firewave in the weapon stat. Despite what last time may have taught us, this time may just teach us how much robots can improve in just a few years. In fact, Firewave is the underdog looking at these stats despite winning the first time, so they're going to have to pull everything they can out of their bags of tricks to win this one. Or they could just go in all guns blazing. So, little warning, if they do that, be ready to duck.
In the red square, from France! Maybe this year is finally the year! Who am I kidding? It's Firewave!
And our main event of the night, effectively, a rematch of the first Bashbots fight we ever saw, that being Firewave against Migronic. That's how it ended previously for one of Firewave's opponents in the Wildcard Rumbles.
In the blue square, from the Netherlands! It could be a completely different robot and still have the same name! It's Migronic!
And here is Migronic. Can you tell the difference? It's looking a little bit beefier than it has on previous occasions. Migronic showed its flipper previously in this tournament. Now it will have to show how much of a thick boy it is to beat Firewave.
So I have to fight Migronic again, and this time it actually seems to be somewhat well put together. So I know he has a beefy wedge up front, so I'll probably not be able to break that in a full 3-minute fight, but he has hedges I can catch. So yeah, that's pretty much going to be the idea, just tank just like hit the edges, try to like knock him back and stuff like that, and wait for an opening so I can hit the chassis directly and hopefully kill him that way.
So I'm fighting Firewave, which is the big massive overhead spinner that killed me in Season 1. This time, I've designed my robot completely to take on those kind of robots. So my strategy is just go in, keep him from spinning up, flip him over a lot, and then if that I can flip him over enough, he might run out of 3 mech flips, and then it will be a very easy fight then.
So this is still a very different matchup to the one that kicked off Bashbots overall. Migronic's so heavily improved, it's actually the higher seed here. Can they live up to that and get revenge?
Here we go in the main fight of the night. Migronic trying to engage Firewave early on with that reinforced plow, but what isn't reinforced is the flank and the rear of Migronic. Big early blow taken there.
Yes, lessons learned. They have that scoop designed specifically for taking on Firewave, and that's how well it works when they get those frontal assaults. Just need to make sure that front is always pointing at Firewave, and well, it helps when Firewave goes on a one-way tour across all of the arena hazards.
Yeah, ending with our lovely floor flipper, which always seems to get involved in some way. Migronic there had its back exposed again for a brief second, but you can see the front itself looking rather unscathed so far.
Can't understate, of course, Firewave is still being aggressive. They are landing those spinner hits. Over they go. That's the first flipper attack we've seen from Migronic of the night, and if that pit were open, well, that would be the end of the match right there.
Yeah, Migronic temporarily there getting entangled with the arena spike, which has shown a little tendency for getting involved! And up goes Firewave this time! Wow, shooting for the skies.
And there we line up another brilliant flip. And right into the corner, they're lucky to stay on the ground there. All of a sudden, you can see the flashbacks in Migronic's mind, knowing the time it was torn to bits by Firewave to kick off this entire series. But they are winning this one in my books. Can they keep it up in the second half of the fight here?
Migronic's still on its case. That's a really chunky deflection. Firewave again self-righting, but Migronic looks sturdy and stern. And is it going to be able to exact revenge in this one?
Yes, I could not call it. You have to assume that those damage points from Firewave are still going to be critical. That's the one thing that Migronic hasn't really offered in this match, but what can they do to damage the mighty Firewave? This is a close one.
50 seconds to play. Migronic has paced itself well here, and Firewave still, as has been previously mentioned, has the main damage so far. But are we waiting for a moment of decision? A moment of impact? 40 seconds to play.
At the very least, if you can't do any damage, then you've got to win those control and aggression points. Migronic hasn't made a direct attack in quite a while now. Firewave may be slipping ahead here, but Migronic, if anyone's going to have the plot armor, it's them. They want revenge for that fight so long ago, and that is a great flip.
You can see the desperation in Migronic's attacks. It's been a brave effort. It's still chugging on. But will this effort be enough for victory?
No, 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 no!
This is mighty tight, and one last attack. Oh my word! Talk about pacing yourself to perfection. What a win by Migronic.
In Christ, well, fuck me sideways.
Well, 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 answers on a postcard. Who would have won that on a judge's decision? I don't know, but we were 2 seconds away from that dilemma. But no, it is a knockout. We don't need countouts when you exit the arena. That is instant elimination and a huge play from Migronic. They have avenged that loss from so long ago, and Firewave is out of the arena. Well done.